Yo, it's your boy Ted the Realist. We got another episode of Tyg Talk Podcast Show. I know I've been going for 2 weeks. I'm back tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about, it's just one short topic tonight, but we're going to do a little freestyle the second half of the show. I'm looking forward to that. My first time ever trying this. It's my friend Milo's idea. So tonight we're going to talk about JT and Lil Uzi, the incident at the BET Awards. Without a doubt, let's get started. Let's go. What's going on? It's your boy Ted the Realist. We here. Take this off screen real quick. Yeah. So I got a couple guests waiting. First, I'm gonna bring on the lady first.
Hi.
Tasia, what's going on?
Everything's going good. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
All right, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Next we got JT. What's going
How y'all
on?
doing? It's your boy Doom Boom, aka JT. What's going
Hey.
on with y'all? Hey, Miss Tage, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm all right. Just trying to keep my nephew from messing up my sister's balcony while I'm out here, but he all right.
And last but not
Yeah.
least, we got the original, the comedian, Martin.
Okay.
Hey, Cam.
What's up, baby?
And she said the man government name on
I'm sorry.
It'd be like that.
I'm surprised he didn't catch it. He didn't say nothing. I'm surprised he didn't.
I did, but we don't like camera, so it's like fuck it.
Everybody around of applause.
You already know.
I'm excited about tonight's topic.
I'm about my money way too much, bro.
You said what?
Apparently, like people just now find out that my name is Cam, and they want to call me that. I gotta put that shit down. So thanks for doing your thing. I just thought of that. I didn't really see that. Damn.
Man, listen, when people find out what the JT stand for in my name, they don't let up. So I don't let nobody call me that. Here.
I remember something like that.
Here.
Well, tonight's topic, we're gonna be talking about JT and Lil Uzi. I don't know everybody who's seen the video yet that came out on Sunday night. First of all, the BET Awards. I didn't watch it. Some years I watch it, some years I don't. This year I didn't watch it, but I did watch the highlights of it. It actually looked pretty lit.
I watched bits and pieces of it.
It actually looked pretty. I don't know how much Tyler Perry got to do with that, because he just bought BET. He just, but I know BET had been kind of trashed the last few years watching it.
Boy, I'm telling you.
But I know this year it actually looked, watching the highlights of it actually looked kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie. So
I can't say they did do a good job with putting something out there for every generation. Like, it was stuff that my grandma liked. It was stuff for my mom and them, stuff for, our generation, and then the younger people, you know what I'm saying? They had a lot of, they got down like Ice Spice, and I don't even know that one girl name. But yeah, they did a pretty good job with appeasing to everybody, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm gonna try to play this video. Hopefully it doesn't buffer. Now I'm just gonna play the audio, so everybody hasn't seen it.
So Lil Uzi Vert got cussed down and a phone thrown at his head last night for sitting too close to a special someone. Video surfaced of JT throwing her phone at Uzi's head while at the BET Awards, and rumors that the reason for her lash out was because he was talking too much to Ice Spice, who was sitting next to him at the award show. Lil Uzi Vert also name dropped her during one of his performances.
All right.
You can also see them walking back together after the altercation. And JT hit him hard because he looks mad as fuck.
Best dressed couple at the BET Awards for sure. Without a doubt,
So Lil Uzi Vert got cussed down and a phone.
So yeah, so that's basically the basis of the video.
How did you
First
even
I know
open that door
anybody got
back?
their initial thoughts. I'm gonna probably start with Tasia.
Well, I seen when you told me about it yesterday. I looked at some videos of it, and I feel like there's a time and place for certain things. Like I know I know she got pissed off about it, but you probably shouldn't throw your phone at the man's head. But he shouldn't provoke her if he knew what he was doing. If he's like just trying to get like a certain like rise out of her, he knew he shouldn't did that. But I just feel like you should supposed to do that like behind closed doors instead of doing it in front, like especially on TV, especially the BET Awards, where it's supposed to be like a professional event.
Martin, like he got
Where
something
did
to
he
say to
provoke
that.
her? Where was the provocation? Because I'm talking to another woman. If that's all it takes to provoke you, then Jesus Christ, put me in a bubble. Put
I
me in a
feel,
bubble.
I feel like okay, but okay, so if you already name drop her in the music and everything, and then like you sitting real close to her, some men get a rise today, women getting jealous and stuff like that. But he didn't know JT would go all the way out like that. He probably thought he gonna yell at her and yell me
I
saying
feel
he
like
like
Oh
that.
shit, I'm sorry.
No,
I
he
feel
fine.
like I feel like the whole Ice Spice thing was business because they are both in the music industry. So I feel like and Ice Spice is a popular reference in rap music right now. You know what I mean? Like she gets referenced a lot in a lot of songs. So and I mean to me, it was just, you know what I'm saying, hitting that mark, you know what I'm saying? Everybody rapping about Ice Spice. Everybody got an Ice Spice bar right now. So like and what he said was not even sexual towards Ice Spice herself. He was talking about like, you know, having sex with a girl. I don't know if she was taking her wig off or whatever happened. And he was talking about she got a little fro, she looked like Ice Spice. I don't think it was should have been nothing deeper than like I don't know what got her wheels turning like that, basically is what I'm saying. Like if
I know
he
what got her wheels
was
turning like that.
telling her, you know what I'm saying, he might have been asking Ice Spice for a feature, or she might have been asking him for one. You know what I mean?
I could, I could see they were phone together and she was up there. But just because I'm talking to another artist and you being a female artist, you get mad because I name drop and you embarrass me. Live TV, pro black event, pro black moment. You're taller than me, so this is physical abuse. And you ask the question, you shouldn't provoke her. What kind of masculinity is that? I shouldn't provoke you by talking to somebody else.
I'm just saying it's something that had to rile her up because cause you know how sometimes
Delusion.
like whispering, she giggling, and then if to anybody else like he flirting with her and stuff like that. So that could have, but I haven't seen like the whole what happened before that. So I can't say.
No, it's the problem that her having her having the ability to think she has the right to put her hands on a man and suffer no consequences. If we're not going to talk about that.
Oh no, it's wrong. Don't
Oh
get me
yeah,
wrong.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get
Yeah,
my,
we
my
gonna get
first
to
my
that right
well
now.
my hold on before
We just talking
we
about
continue.
initial thoughts here.
Let me
That was
add
my initial
Milo.
thought.
What's
You
going
should
on,
stop and
Milo?
shut up.
Hey y'all.
The
How you
fuck,
doing, Miss
nigga.
Milo?
What's up, Milo? How you doing?
Whipping up some food. That's why I'm off camera right now, but I'm good. I've been hearing the conversation. Oh yeah, this freaking shit with Ice Spice and Lil Uzi Vert is stupid. But did she overreact? In my opinion, I don't know like the whole details of what happened. Some people are saying that he was getting real close and like personal with her and like whatever. Other people are saying that he was just like somebody, I don't know who it was. Somebody suggested that like he was asking her for like a feature in a song, and she's been hopping from artist to artist getting features and stuff, which makes sense. But did OJT overreact? Yeah, she didn't have to lay hands on him.
I would
My
probably
initial
rather
thought
her
is
had
I'm gonna
smacked
say the
me than do
same
the
thing
goddamn
women be
phone in my
saying.
head, honest.
The insecurities can't be so insecure. Can't be so insecure. But
You a foot taller than Uzi, bro. And you can pull any bag out here. What insecurities do you have?
I don't think JT had insecurity. It's just that JT. I don't believe he may do, but I just feel like
That was definitely an insecure moment.
I just feel like just don't. I feel like it's a moment where she could have just said like hey, don't try. Like you think I won't do nothing to you, but don't try me. Like because I know what you're doing. Because she should know him out of everybody. So if she knew that he might be like the type of person that can talk to her jealous, then yeah, she was like, okay, but she shouldn't put her hand on her, especially in public like that. No, but
I got a question for the ladies. So we're defending her reaction, just not the type of way she reacts. Am I correct?
Did you ask if I'm defending her actions?
No,
I'm saying you're
He said you defended her reaction, but not like the
Not
way
how
she
it
went about
was.
it. Like, y'all don't
No,
think
you're
I'm
she's
not
wrong to
defending her
react?
action or I'm not
No,
defending her
listen.
action or reaction.
Okay, that's what he asking.
I'm talking about the resolve. Like that was a lot. Y'all, that was a logical train of thought. Hey, you're disrespecting me in whatever manner you see fit. I'm gonna embarrass you. That part of the logical train, y'all all agree with.
no, I'm
No.
saying that. I'm saying that she had if that was the case, if what I'm thinking may be the case, she had every right to be upset, but not physically put her hands on him or to physically do it in public. She can talk to him and say, "Hey, I ain't like how you disrespect me, like flirting with ice spice from my face like that." But you can talk about it, but don't.
Yeah, like people's feelings are valid. However, but people also have to control themselves,
Yeah.
when they react on their feelings. So whatever she was feeling in that moment, okay, that's good for her, and she had every right to feel like that. But did she have her right to put her hands on him and like berate him? No.
I could accept that.
I'm still on the wait. I can't. Why do you have the right to feel some way and then act it out? You
No,
could
that's
have
what they're
talked to
Well,
me
saying.
and
You
then.
that's
heard.
not
That's
what I
what they're
said.
saying. No. Hold on. Because I feel like I can mediate between what they saying and what you hearing. Because I grew up with a lot of women, so they talk a different way. Basically, what they saying is, bro, like she was allowed to feel however she wanted to feel, seeing what she saw, but that didn't give her no right to react the way she did. Like she ain't had no right to like embarrass him, put her hands on him, throw the phone, whatever happened. That's what they
Yeah,
saying, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
All right.
I still
Yeah.
disagree.
Because like people gonna feel how they feel, regardless of how anybody else reacts. But like,
Growing up with women taught me that shit. Like a woman's
So we go
emotions is gonna
by
be
let's go
absolute to
by
her in the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta let her feel that shit, bro.
Because
And
the
I
way
understand that.
I feel like she was provoked. I just kind of feel like she was provoked because
let's go.
JT is the type of person like she's very not I would say dominant, but she's kind of like headstrong. So if she sees something gonna piss her off, she gonna have a reaction to it. Now, not defending that it's right for her to have a reaction, but her feelings were valid. But she probably should never like physically put her hands on him or through her phone or even did it in public. That's what I'm trying to say. Her
Can we go
feelings.
back to the video at the end of the video where she's smiling, she's and laughing, and this man looks like he wants to stop her in the dog?
Say that again.
If we talking about like if you go back to the end of the video or the clip there, you see
I
George
saw that.
live where she's kicking, giggling, and smiling as if her actions made sense. This was great. He
Like
looks like
nothing
he wants
happened
to
at
stop
all
her.
type shit.
Yeah, so it's his feeling right if he stopped her in the jaw. He could do it to him, he could do it to her, right?
okay, here's
His
a
feelings
take
are
I
hurt.
have. Here's a take I have about that. I think society and all this social media and these reality TV shows and all this whatever is really capitalizing on people or couples that have like, especially in like the celebrity settings, like entertainment
Abusive
industry.
relationships.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Because this
But you
whole
wanna know? You wanna know what started all that? Like when toxic became cool. Like when
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, I'm toxic. I'm toxic." Like, no, that shit is not fucking cool. That shit's not cute. Like that's what we was talking
So
about before y'all ladies got on here. Don't no man want to be with no woman. It's hard to deal with. We got enough bullshit going on throughout the day just being a man, and hell, a black man at that. So don't nobody want to come
Yeah.
home or
Amen.
go over to your house, and it's another fucking fight we gotta walk into. Like that shit be crazy, and that's why I don't deal with them type of women right there. Can't. I won't. I refuse to.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
hard to deal with for women is subjective. I really think that if you can't deal with me, doesn't mean that somebody else can't. And I'm just saying me, just as an example. So like, yeah, I mean, so there's somebody for everybody. Somebody's gonna deal with somebody else's bullshit if they want to.
I got an argument for that.
I got one too, but go
I
ahead.
agree with that, but I will say oftentimes it don't normally be the men that the most women want. Usually the man that most women want won't deal with like that kind of behavior like what JT did. she can get away with that Lil Uzi because she weighs more than him, bigger than him. And let's be honest, Lil Uzi ain't the most masculine man in the world. He'd have done a lot of questionable shit. Like there's other artists, like she wouldn't have had that reaction against somebody like Rick Ross, somebody more of a masculine type dude. She wouldn't have had that kind of reaction to him. Because that whole situation been entirely different.
I don't think he would have allowed it. I don't think I don't even want to. I don't want to take or say that not putting up with disrespecting any sort of
and that's what I was saying by that when I was
masculine.
like dealing with it. Like, no, because like naturally, and me growing up seeing the types of relationships that I didn't see none of that toxic. Well, I mean, I had a few examples of like abusive relationships, but for the most part, like all the people that I knew that were married and shit like that, like they were good to each other. So like that's why I said I'm not putting up with that shit, because I already know you don't have to be happy. Like you don't have to be with somebody just because you feel like you lonely or something like that. Like my aunt and uncle said they didn't meet each other till they was like in their mid-30s, and then they got married before they turned 40, and they've been together ever since. And now they like in their 70s. So like to me, like it's a waiting game. Like I'm not gonna put up with nobody disrespecting me or, you know what I'm saying, jeopardizing my image, my future, my finances, anything like that. Just
Yeah,
because
just look at
to
this
say
way.
I'm with somebody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for the ladies. Consider I know you two know me pretty well. What is this? Oh,
Like the fact
so
that was like him on his like knees apologizing to her and stuff. Like it's just crazy. Like the fact that she embarrassed him and he had to sit up there and get on his knees and apologize to her. Sit up there and get on his.
And that's
That
how it
is wild to
works.
me.
That made
You
me
feel
sick.
me? Like that's
Um,
how it is expected to work. Like
was that his choice though?
yeah.
hold on. I got a question for the ladies too. Were you ever taught like you were taught what to expect from a man? You know what I'm saying? He opened your door, he pay all the bills, or whatever you were taught, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did y'all might be different though. So I'm just asking. I ain't pointing no fingers or nothing. But were y'all taught how to cater to a man that's treating you right? Like, cause a lot of women don't know how to do that, and that be the problem too.
Well, if you want me to be honest, at least in my how like growing up, my interpretation of what marriage was, my parents specifically were more like best friends than like kind of in love, so they didn't show any sort of affection to each other. They hardly kissed. Like they had separate bedrooms, like whole 1950s like 40s 9 yards sort of thing. So like
Okay.
when to answer that, I not to say I don't know how to answer that question, but from what I've learned about how to treat a man is trial and error from the relationships that I've been in. So
Mm-hmm.
like, did I have like my mama saying, "Hey, you need to do this for your husband and this for your husband and this for your husband"? No, not at all actually. But because my mama wore the pants in the relation, well, not the pants per se, but she was the money maker. Like she made six figures, and my dad stayed home and took care of me. So
Okay.
like,
Domestic engineer.
I
And see,
guess
that's a whole different perspective that we can't even talk about in this situation, because that creates a whole new dynamic in what we're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's hard to answer, at least
Yeah,
to
and
me.
I see why you're saying that. So that's why I said you got it. I can't even fuck with you on that, because I know some women that were breadwinners too, and how they raise their daughter is, I'm not gonna say it's part of the problem, but a couple of these girls that I know, like they just feel like they don't need a man for nothing. And I be trying to tell my friends, you feel me, like that's not, men shouldn't feel like they don't need women, and women shouldn't feel like they don't need men. You feel me? Like we need each
Yeah.
other at the end of the fucking day for.
Yeah, if you want to procreate, if you want a kid and you want to do it as naturally as possible, then you got to pick a man. Like,
Well, I mean, if
Yeah.
you put it like that, but I'm talking about feminine and
I'm not here
masculine energies
for
together
it
is
really
deeper
actually
than reproduction. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand that. The whole like gender dynamics and roles, and there's putting babies here, but then there's also maintaining
Yeah.
a traditional
And,
relationship if
and
you
just
want to do
and
that
just
too.
living in the world too, like
yeah,
like this world ain't built for us to be living apart like this.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't built. It's
mm,
like unless you make a certain amount of money, like it's gonna be hard to live a full life by yourself. Full life by
man,
yourself,
listen,
like especially with our generation, because they don't talk about it in the news a lot. But you know how our grandparents and parents stuff get saved by government assistance and food stamps, all this stuff. Like, bro, by the time we get that age, 50s and 60s, that shit gonna be dead. There is
Yeah,
no
pretty
saving
fuck.
us. You either have your
Nope.
retirement money and have your money together, you get with somebody, or be prepared to be homeless. Be prepared to be.
Pretty much.
Listen, none of that stuff's gonna save us. None of that stuff's gonna be gone. The government ain't gonna have enough money.
It is crazy because they say we're not gonna have enough money and they printing that shit every day. They outsourcing jobs to other fucking countries and all this other shit. It's just like y'all turning all the fucking factories into fucking robots. Like, how the fuck y'all expect people to live?
Yeah, and
Oh
then be able like once you
man.
get retirement age, who gonna take care of you once you get old, and you can't be able to do everything on your own no more. Cause I know a lot of people use their kids as retirement plan. That shit fucked up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like no, like kids retirement plan is awful ideal. Like if it don't happen, it happening, but you should never plan it. My
Mhm.
kids is gonna take care of me when I get old. No,
Oh, that's
no,
crazy.
no, no.
That's fucked.
They got their own family to
I'll
potentially
laugh
take
in your
care of.
face.
No.
Oh, God, I didn't see you taking care of your mama. Grandma had her own house. What you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? Not finna do that
I
shit.
tell my mom straight up, you put me out at 18. You think I'm coming back? No.
Dang.
Shit, mine put me
Which
out before
is
that.
okay. Also, I guess I still have another freaking weirdo case because my dad freaking my parents are divorced now, but when they got divorced, my grandma got sick with dementia and he became a caretaker and took care of her and my grandparent and my grandpa until they both died.
Hmm.
And I mean
So
that just be some people's roles in life. Like some people are natural givers.
yeah.
And your dad was a natural giver, and that's why
Yeah.
he allowed your mom to have her career. But that's why I want to go back and touch on that real quick. He allowed your mom to have her career, and he stayed home and be the homemaker. And I'm pretty sure you were way closer with your dad than your mom growing up.
Oh,
More than you. I'm willing to
absolutely.
bet that shit. All right,
100%.
cool.
100%.
But
During puberty and shit, me and my mama hated each other because she was going through menopause too. So
damn, y'all was both going through a change at the same time, just on
no, for
different
real.
scales.
And we've definitely 100% ironed out like everything that we went through when I was like a teenager. But yeah, I'm 100% closer to my dad because he was the one who woke me up to get me ready for school. He cooked my breakfast. He'd be there when I get home, help me with my homework, whole 9 yards. I didn't really have like a in-depth relationship with my mom until I was in high school, probably because yeah, I mean that's just how it is though. Ain't no malice or anything with that. That's just the reality of the situation.
But when the woman is the breadwinner, eventually she sees the man is unfit. You feel me? I don't know what your parents why they got a divorce, but like 9 times out of 10, when the woman makes more money than the man, she'll begin to feel that he's inferior in some way, shape, or form.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that's
Not
why I'm saying most.
and it wasn't exactly that situation. It was more so, and to just give you guys a little bit of specifics, like my mom lost her job in 2008, when the housing
Uh,
market crashed.
yeah,
And my dad had been taking care of me and kind of being like the homebody for at that point like 10 years. So he didn't have experience. And I guess from what my mama told me, she was like, hey, go get a job. He was like, I can't. So, and that was that.
Yeah, it's that's
but
why I
that's the
always say
reality a
it's
lot of
hard.
men live in too. Like if they
Yeah.
fall off and they want their woman to go get a job, and she's like, I don't know how to do nothing, but you know what I'm saying, be at home. You gonna have to do that, get up and do that shit. Like you
Mm-hmm.
feel me?
Yeah, mom
But
felt what
that's
a lot of
why I
men
feel
with
like those
housewives
roles should
feel
never be
like.
reversed.
Like that's why I say that if you a man that's a abnormal situation, but using the man's the one to using the woman's the one to be the house partner.
Homemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, homemaker, but that's why you just say in a situation like if you a man, you look for a housewife marriage, you gotta make sure you be able to handle shit even when your finances fall, because
Oh yeah.
your wife is doing her job, and in your case, the husband's doing his job, was stay at home, take care of kids. It ain't on the other person to go get a job and help out. It's on you to figure it out. That's the kind of
And
marriage
that's
you want.
why
It's on you.
and that's why I was when we was talking last time, I said I feel like for a relationship to really be successful, like it need to be 50-50 or, at least 60-40 on each end, like homemaker, provider, like, and y'all should be able to protect each other at the same time. Because if I get it, like, when I settle down and get married, me and my wife gonna go get some guns and we gonna get licensed and I'm gonna teach my woman how to shoot, like, because it ain't gonna be none of that. Like, I just feel like in order, especially in this day and age where like a lot of gender roles have been X'd out because women, the feminist movement, you know, it's you can't even slut shame no more. Like, they proud of it. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's just so different
Trust me, I
now,
know.
huh?
Trust me, I know. These sluts are out there.
They had a parade for slutty women, bro. You didn't know about
Yeah,
that, bro? Yes, like they don't care no more. Like it's just
bro.
the
Me
shit
and
Yeah, I
is
did
Martin
when
know.
I
new
did
Me and
nowadays.
Martin know
You
Facebook.
all too
gotta
well. We know too
you
well.
Okay,
gotta
here,
approach shit
this might
differently
be a
these days.
popular
So like,
opinion, but in today's, especially in this capitalist ass society, if people have to pop pussy or sling a little dick to get to make a living, what's wrong with that? If they making
eh,
money, if they
I
got
was
their
gonna
bills paid,
I was gonna touch on that too, and I was about to say sex work is at an all time high, and then now it used to be motherfuckers getting locked up for this type of shit. Now you can just do it
Now,
with your
hey,
iPhone.
I mean, it's cool. Everybody, I always say everybody
I
got
don't have
like
no
a
yeah, I
choice
don't
to
got
do
no
what they
problem
want
with
to
it, but I'm
do.
just
All
saying
I
like
say is get ready to accept the outcomes. Get ready to. All I say is get ready to accept the outcomes with it. There are some
fact.
oh
outcomes and
yes, the court of
consequences with
public
it, and
opinion.
yeah, and one of the things, one of the biggest things I truly believe in, the world don't owe anybody any understanding. Doesn't owe any. Every choice you make has consequences to come with it. You have to be able to accept the outcomes that come with it. Be able to.
Facts. Every time.
But this whole JT and Lil Uzi thing, this is like a perfect example where well they like shit works. 'Cause, it's just backwards. JT is the masculine one and Lil Uzi kind of like the half feminine.
He's like the in between. I can't really
Yeah,
understand.
I think best case scenario he's bi.
Even though I think he
Best
has
case
more money than
scenario
her, I
he's.
believe so. I think he makes more money than
bruh,
her.
He definitely make more money than her. Uzi been rapping for a
Oh
long
yeah.
time.
He makes more money than her.
I never thought
he
they
can
would because I thought he was.
control.
Uzi got like skateboard brands and shit like that. Like, yeah, he definitely got more money than her. But she is
And
definitely
he
like
got
one of the
pop.
most popular female rappers right now, though.
Mhm.
Like the City Girls,
What you
everybody, every girl I know love the City Girls. So like,
for
she
their
definitely
home?
going up as long as she keep like making good music that they like, and I ain't gonna say good music, just music that they like, because I don't really,
I'm about to say, you mean home? That's what that is.
It just
It's
I
shows,
don't.
home
bro.
music.
JT could never get with like a hyper masculine man. She's just too masculine herself. Just too.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Which
masculine man about to
also,
put up with
like, I
that.
think that shit right there is toxic within itself too. Like
Oh
the hyper
yeah.
masculinity, like we gotta cut that shit out. Like, cause some niggas be doing too much, like with that shit. Like, bro, like for example, I'm goddamn with my nephew and my niece. You feel me in the store the other day, and like they just fucking with everything in the store. So I'm trying to stop them from fucking with everything, and I like turn around too fast, and I like bump into this dude like while he bent over type shit, and I was like, my fault, bro. And he was like, yo, I ain't with none of that gay shit, blah blah. Blah. And I was like, dude, like it was literally an accident. Like I'm trying to control these two toddlers. You feel me? Like relax. So yeah, like that shit just it's just toxic as fuck, and sometimes it rubbed me the wrong way, cause I don't like hanging out with a bunch of niggas, and it's like that one or two niggas in the room with the alpha male complex. I don't like that.
I just feel.
Like don't
I feel like with
Oh
me
yeah, I can agree with that.
that app
don't you ain't got to do all that.
because there is no reason for a man to be acting like that,
I've been there.
act like that, or men
Too
that.
much test Too much testosterone in a room is never a good thing. Just like estrogen and alcohol, because it boosts our testosterone levels, and then you fucking feelings and shit, and a bitch say something to you the wrong way. Now it's just a big ass fight. I done seen it happen too many times.
Yeah,
Alcohol really do
I've been in a room with
fucking
multiple applicants at one time.
like,
Yeah.
but no, like I'm just saying, like that shit is just the hyper masculinity is fucking weird. I ain't saying we gotta goddamn be like niggas like Lil Uzi and shit, but like y'all can calm that shit down sometimes. Like just be a person. Like you ain't gotta be a fucking hard ass nigga all the time. Like I had a cousin, like he wake up hard and go to sleep hard. Like no weird shit. But like bro is really like a real life gangbanger though. Like and I just be like, bro, like do you ever just chill, relax? Like go outside to get fresh air. You drink water, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
He's
Like,
so
are
stiff.
you
He's like,
okay?
if the wind whips, it freaking
Up on you.
he'd fall over.
Like you ain't
He's
gotta
so damn hard.
go that deep, bro. Like it's never that
Yeah.
deep, bro. Like
I
I
don't
tell
think you gotta
everybody,
be hyper
I just
masculine all
be
the
chilling.
time.
Yeah.
I just think in a relationship, like a guy, you just should be more masculine than your woman is.
Oh yeah, most
Not
definitely.
not fully like you ain't gotta be like hyper masculine, but just
Cause
be
that
more
shit right there
masculine than
be
your woman is.
weird, bro.
Obviously, in their case, that's not true. Like
That shit be
that's
giving
not.
me goddamn Ike and Tina vibes when I see them type of niggas with
Yeah.
a chill woman. You feel me? I be like, damn, is he whooping her ass or something? Like
Yeah,
she
just
won't
like
even
quiet, real
look
scared.
this
Oh,
way. She straight or at him. Like god damn. Like that shit be weird, bro. Like I'd be wondering. Like bitch, blink twice if you need me to call the police.
And then like the
No.
men who are hyper masculine, they had these crazy like they think so crazy like, oh, I don't wash my behind because that's gay.
Oh my god, I just seen a post about this the other day. They was like they don't put lotion on their ass because it's gay. I was like, bro, so you just be walking around all year round with your ass dry and
That's
itching. Like
crazy.
That's crazy.
you can't moisturize your body, bro. Like you supposed to do that. It's healthy for your skin.
Uh, uh,
Like
uh,
yeah,
um,
crazy, bro. Like the shit just be crazy.
What the fuck?
Like one man told me, he like, I don't think no
hey,
bad.
bro.
I don't need to smell good for no other women. I'm like, you need to smell good for yourself.
So who you gonna smell good for, man? That sounds like a gay man. That sounds like a gay man. He said he don't want to smell good for. Oh my god.
I was like,
So the
Yeah,
nigga
can I
wasn't
just throw
taking
a flag on?
showers.
he like, I need. He said,
No, he's not taking baths. So he's clean, but he's not sitting down getting clean, I guess.
yeah,
I'm
no.
throwing a flag on the whole conversation. This whole from the dry ass shit to the niggas not bathing properly. I'm calling a flag on all of it, bro. Like, no.
I'm just
No.
saying, bro. Like it
Never
be
would you
that bad
never
out here.
open a mitten if your ass is dry or not, bro. Now that's sweet. Why are you opening a mitten to dry ass feet?
No, like a girl
All
on
you need to open a mitten
Facebook. Like,
dry ass feet.
I appreciate you for tuning in, JJ, all the way from Houston, man. It's all right, man. I
oh
understand
man.
work, get it sometimes, man. Shout out to JJ. Appreciate if you tune in to the show.
Oh yeah, JJ, appreciate it. But listen, y'all, for real, that hyper masculinity shit gotta stop. And like, can we just talk about how women just started making everything a nigga do gay? Because I seen on Facebook yesterday they
Oh,
were
I
talking
seen
about
that earlier.
There's a list
if
going
a
around of all
nigga
the things
drive
that
with two
men can't
hands, he
do.
gay. I was like, that's
what?
legally how you supposed to
That's
drive a
crazy.
car with two hands at 10 and 2. Like, what you mean?
Or they
Like,
Well, we see why y'all can't drive.
I seen a post earlier where it says if a man called roadside assisted to change a tire, it's something wrong with him. He gay. I was like,
Oh my
I was like,
Jesus.
bro,
I'm
come
paying for
on,
that shit. If I don't feel like getting out that car and changing that tire,
bro. Insurance too fucking high, bro. I'm paying
Exactly.
$200-$300 a month for insurance not to use it.
somebody gonna
No,
come
not
out
to
here and
fucking use
yeah,
it. Like, you got me
bitch,
hell,
I'm
bro. You
paying
got me
for it.
hell.
Fuck you mean?
I'm
You
not
got
talking
on
about
a
the
fit.
services.
Ain't no way.
I'm
Like,
talking
it's
about the
just
shit I can.
crazy. Like,
What about the shit I can't eat? Apparently, I can't eat hot dogs, sausages, or anything
bro,
that
I'm telling
is.
you,
Can't smoke
popsicles,
a
nothing,
hookah,
bro.
bro. I
Like a
swear, bro, you can't
banana.
do nothing.
Bro,
You can't.
listen,
No. The
you
hookah shit I get. The hookah shit I get. If you want to call it
No,
sweet, you can call it
is
no.
you
sweet. I don't
smoking,
do it
and
in.
most of the
You
time you be with.
smoking. You're
So you're
smoking.
I done
puffing.
went to the hookah
What?
lounge
You
with
Like,
some
want
with
to
some
bro,
smoke up,
broads
you're
a
what?
couple
rolling out your
times. Like,
blunt.
man, y'all gotta chill.
No,
Bro, this is
no, because
crazy,
you're
bro.
smoking
This
and
is
you'll
crazy.
be some black, a cigarette, or a blunt. That ain't smoking. That's puffing.
But
That's
see,
different.
you smoke a blunt while you in the hookah lounge, and then it like, I don't see.
I don't mind that. As long as I look, if you want to call it sweet, I'm not going to argue with you on that. The things I am going to argue about is the shit I can eat, like hot dogs. So things I grew up on. You're not going to tell me I can't
You
put
feel?
adult
Listen,
on this one and put some. Yeah, no.
my
Fuck all
cousin
that.
will not bite a banana, bro. He rips it off, and he'll do it like this. I swear to God, bro. And I just
I
be like,
Jesus
swear, I was
why
just
Christ.
about to
is
say
you?
that. I don't even eat a banana normal. I just like I bite, I rip it off piece by piece.
Why?
And
Just
like
eat
just
the
cause how
damn
bro,
thing.
people used to talk shit growing up every time I try to eat a banana the normal way, bro. So it's like, bro, I got so used to just like, you know what, I'll just tear
Yeah,
it off piece by
like y'all
piece.
not biting the banana. Y'all just putting the whole thing down your throat and like, oh, it feels so good.
No, you can't even just listen. You can't even just bite it a little bit.
Verified
You gotta
trauma
rip
response right
it, bro.
there.
Like this.
Can I ask you, can y'all stop ruining everything that's sweet? So first of all, I had no idea bananas were considered sweet until this nigga just said something. I'm highly offended that I can't eat bananas in public now.
That's
Thank
the
you for
first
that.
thing I learned growing up with
Listen.
bananas. I learned
I was
bananas
just
before
Cucumber,
anything
this is the
else.
first thing I learned how to eat.
That people
Cucumber.
suspect that shit.
If a
Yeah,
cucumber ain't
bro.
fresh, I can't eat it. That's what I learned.
Y'all are crazy.
But now I can't eat bananas without breaking it.
Yep.
Nope.
This sounds like a trauma response right here.
It's
Yeah.
all trauma. We
Y'all
all
have,
went
Yeah,
through
bro. We
this.
gotta deal with this, bro.
Like, listen,
Everything's
no,
gay.
when
I
you
shouldn't
go
have
get
to
a
deal with three types
haircut,
of trauma too.
ladies, when you go
Don't
get a
talk about it.
haircut, like when you talk to your barber, you can't even look this man in the face. Like when he lining you up, like it's so weird. Like
Man, you gotta look down now. Just
you gotta look down, you gotta look at your phone, you gotta look at
I'm
somebody else.
trying.
Like you gotta be talking. You just can't look this man in his face while he lining you up because like he literally like y'all like this fucking close to each other. It's just like this shit, like bro.
That's a lot. We had to do that. This whole thing about if you want to
Like
hang, if you want to
masculinity
hang
is
out with
so
your homies,
fragile.
if you want to hang out with your homies, oh, that's gay. That's gay. It's like, bro, what? Like, bro,
Don't
come
nobody
on.
call you a lesbian when you go hang out with your friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro.
Oh,
Since I cut my hair, I go to the barber now to get my hair cut, and I think I think I do the same thing. Just that when somebody
Next
beat
time
up
you go,
your face,
watch why somebody getting a fade and watch when they get the line up. Watch what they do.
I do the same thing. I don't look in the eye because I'm like, it's just, I just can't do it. I think it's like a person thing. I just can't have somebody that close to my face. Now look at me.
No. I'm saying like as one masculine man to another, like that shit is just like I don't want to be staring into his eyes. Like what the fuck? Like
I keep my eye
you
closed.
stare into your child's eyes, or
Look at my phone.
Or look. I definitely like make sure my phone is charged before I go to the barbershop every time.
Look at my phone. Keep my eye closed, bro. I don't even,
I will charge that
you're
bitch
not
in the
locking
car
eyes,
on the
bro.
way there. Like we just can't. Like it becomes awkward after that. Like you just be.
I go to sleep in the chair. I piss every barber off. I go to sleep in the chair.
I was also telling my homegirl, I was like, you can't like overly compliment another man. Like you gotta, if you gonna do that shit, it gotta be kind of vague.
No,
You feel me? Like
roast
you
him.
can't
No,
do
you
too
gotta
much.
roast him with compliments. You gotta roast your homeboy with compliments.
That
Damn,
too,
dog,
and that's what I forgot to tell her too. Like
yeah, you
you
gotta
call him ugly after
So
or
I
some
gotta
shit. Like you
insult
can't.
you while I give you a compliment, so it's hidden.
Yes.
That's
very much so. Yeah, very much so.
Like it's just rules to being like masculine that we didn't make up none of these rules. We just know we gotta follow them if we don't want to be
we
considered
grew up
not
with it.
masculine.
I mean, I know about the urinal thing. My husband told me about that. Like you.
Oh yeah, that I brought that up to her too. Like, hey, if it's not a urinal between
Apparently
you and
that's
another
told them.
nigga, you better go in the
That's
stall.
told
And if
them
the
to
stall, you
them.
just better wait for somebody to move.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. You say that to white people. You say
I
that to
get,
white people.
but I was like, this
You
is
say that to
crazy. I
white
never
people.
thought about these things.
So
And
this
while
whole
you at the urinal, you
No.
gotta look up
Somebody tell that to
straight.
the or down. You look down. You look straight down.
Yeah,
You
you can
look
look
straight down.
down
Don't
too,
look
just
up. I
straight
don't want
down
you.
though. Yeah,
You
like
look straight down.
see, I be
You look
looking
at
up
you,
at
your
the
man,
ceiling.
and your aim in there. Don't miss.
I be
Don't
waiting for
miss.
the
You look
flow, and it
straight
just
down.
And
And
then
when
some
you gotta shake, you one
people,
left leg.
I know some people like some men they do it differently. Like some men don't they just unzip and then most men unzip, but some men they take everything off.
Well, you
what?
gotta take everything off. Make a
that's
number
I
one.
ain't never seen nobody do that but a goddamn kid.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Man.
little boys that don't know. They be pulling their
Take
pants
two
down.
moves.
People like
Take two moves.
So
Man,
Don't
listen, I had
cute.
to teach my nephew that early. Like, listen, bro, you don't have to pull your drawers and your shorts down to your ankles, bro. Just enough to get yourself out. You know what I mean? Like, bro was goddamn boy
Struggling, undressing.
threw me off, and we was at a park, and I'm like, hey, cause like I went to the end stall because it was a tall stall, and then he got at the end they got one that kind of like at the floor for like little kids and shit. So like I just had to look over, and I was like, bro, listen.
You see baby ass. She like,
Gotta
oh god.
teach them young.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And with the way people are now, I wouldn't trust kids either, bro. I don't trust nobody.
Yeah, I get that.
So the whole the JT. So one last question before we move on to the freestyle part of the show. So if ladies like, if this would have happened, you was in this situation, like how would you have handled the situation? Like if you was in that
Oh,
situation.
not like that, number one, but I'm a jealous bitch. So if I see my man like doing any extended like giggly, jokey, laughy. I stare really hard. I don't say
okay,
nothing.
the death stare. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like you
I
can
don't
feel
say
that
nothing.
shit.
Yup,
See, I'm
I
a
don't say
friendly
nothing.
person, so
Yeah,
like when I have a girlfriend like that, you be feeling that shit, and I gotta go.
I'm gonna have
I don't need no smoke. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave.
Yeah.
Well, I just
you
feel
don't
like
want to go home
with
tonight. Oh,
women, I feel like with
You feel me?
women,
Like,
we can sometimes either it's intuition or whatever. We can tell
Mhm.
sometimes the intentions of a woman, especially if it's about your man. Like
yeah, I
we
was
can
about to say
tell.
sometimes it don't even be us fellas; it be the other bitch.
Like sometimes,
But we
literally,
still
like
get in
it's not like
trouble.
a.
Hey,
Lord.
but that's what I'm saying. It don't be your fault though. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not your
not
fault.
you. It's like
Yeah, I get you.
telepathically,
How?
I can tell that bitch has motives and that she wants you and that you need to
Uh,
watch out.
They be mad at
But
us because we so goddamn dumb we can't see the shit because we don't be
yep.
looking at the bitch
yeah,
like that.
but
Like she might be fine, but I know I'm here with my bitch, so like why would I?
No, really, like
And I
the
don't
girl
mean to
is
keep saying
giving
that.
you
I've been drinking,
piranha
y'all. I'm sorry. I
eyes,
usually
like
don't say
is
that.
basically drooling, looking at you, and you just like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm just gonna talk to her, and I'm just like, what the
Yeah, I'm gonna
hell?
go talk. I'm
The
gonna talk about
conversations be innocent whole time though. Like,
but y'all get
and
mad
you
at
over there seeing
the same way with other men.
nothing.
oh
But
no,
when we
see,
look at
listen.
y'all with other men, we say the same thing. We like, you better come
Well,
home.
that's okay. That's understandable as long as it's a
I ain't that
two-way
type. I ain't
thing.
that type though. Like you can talk to
No, no,
whoever
no,
you
no.
want to talk to, but just know like
You bring your ass home.
nah,
Okay,
it
that's
ain't even
fair
about bring
enough.
your ass home. You better hope you make it goddamn
That's
home.
it.
You might need to go home with him. You feel me? Like
No, no. See, that depends on the conversation. If you get friendly, you get
it's
friendly.
about the level of respect. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
if I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to a female
But
for
y'all
an
go off the
extended
top of the
period of
dome.
time and my
I don't
girl
want
there,
my girl talking to another nigga,
I
bro.
usually introduce my girl to her. You feel me? Like so that way you can't say I was just goddamn over here chit chatting with this person. Yes, I wanted to talk to this
Yeah,
person, but I
nice.
brought you over here to meet them as well, so you could join in on the conversation, or you could at least listen to what we're talking about. Like so.
Okay, that's fair. I
Like
can
I'm a
understand
upfront
that.
ass nigga. Like I don't ain't no blurred lines fucking with me on any scale. Friendship, business, relationship, my family. Like I'm a straight shooter. A lot of people hate me for that, but it'd be all
That's
right.
how it gotta
Yeah,
be.
that's a great
That's
thing.
the one thing about
That's a
the
great
world.
thing.
I want to do that like an episode like one day, because I think this world we too sensitive today. Like you can't really shoot it straight to people
Bro,
nowadays. You can't really
kids,
like you have to
bro,
be like
listen.
everybody getting their feelings about shit. You can't say nothing about nobody. Whether it's about
Okay.
like somebody say something
Cool.
stupid, or it's about weight, or
Right.
it's about anything like anything that triggers somebody's feelings.
Okay,
You can't say
so
shit. You
okay.
can't.
Was you gonna ask us from the male perspective how what we would have done, or are we in the freestyle right now?
I got you. I'm gonna hear Tasia first because I didn't think
Oh,
Tasia
I
was
didn't
gonna
even
say it.
realize she didn't say nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I told you I'm a little, I've been drinking. I had a couple shots of tequila and I ain't ate nothing
you
yet, but
good? I
I'm about to
understand.
in a minute.
No, for me, I probably had an attitude, and I probably like sit here and I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you, but because
Put
I
them
get
to the side.
myself,
Respectable.
I'm like, don't be disrespecting me in front of my face. Don't do it. I'm not gonna hit him, but we're gonna talk about when we get home or in the car or something like that. When like that's not in front of everybody. But I'm gonna have an attitude. I'm gonna have an attitude because I don't like that. But then I just didn't like how she just like she was laughing and giggling at the end of it. I just didn't like that. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like she expected him
But
to
that,
grovel like that. Ugh, just make me sick.
Yeah, I can see it could
that's
be
the
like an inferiority sort of thing. Like, yeah, I can make you like, I can make you flinch. I can make you like, grovel, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that made me sick. Ugh.
All right, fellas, your turn. What y'all would have done if you was on Lil Uzi in that situation? 'Cause I am conflicted about that. I don't know what I would have done. She would have just started going
I'm
off on me
not.
like that.
I'm not. I'm not. First of all, you would got embarrassed. No ass really got to talk to a damn stage. And I would have walked out that bitch. Fuck out of here. Put me on television. You want to put your hands on me? I'm not Chris Rock. You are not Will Smith. I'm a beat the living out of you. I'm sorry. You do a
See,
phone in
I'm
my
against
face.
that. See,
Not
I'm
one, but
against that. I'm
two
gonna
of
tell
them.
you
I'm
why.
against that
I'm
too,
gonna tell you
bro.
why.
Because this man
I'm
is
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna
No,
tell you
too
why.
funny.
no.
In that
I'm
case,
telling you
in
what
that
my point
case,
is first.
let me tell you why though. Because in that case, it would have. No, I think for a lot of men wouldn't even blame you if Lil Uzi would just got up. I ain't gonna say just beat the shit out of her, but he would just
Slap
slap
the
her for
fuck
doing
out
that
of her.
shit.
Yeah.
Slap her for doing that shit.
One
But
good
I will
time.
say, when
Two.
men would never win putting their hands on a woman, whether she deserves
Ever.
it or not. whether she deserves it or not. And the best case scenario, the best case I can prove to that is Chris Brown's situation. Everybody remembers Chris Brown. The only thing people remember about that situation with Rihanna is the fact that that picture of her face and all they call him a woman beater and shit, but nobody talks about how Rihanna beat his ass for minutes, for a whole couple minutes in that car, beat his ass before she even put one finger on her, before he even put one. Like nobody ever gonna talk about that. All they talk about is retaliation.
So do
She a
y'all not
woman.
even know the reason why they were fighting though? The real reason why they fighting though, y'all know who? Damn, what's her name? Jaguar something. The lady that be on all the celebrity gossip, bro. Like, yeah, she be up on all the bullshit. He had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him herpes, and that's what the fight was about. Allegedly.
Oh.
So I feel like I probably would have beat her ass too, but I'm not. I don't condone hitting women. But you gave me herpes.
But all people talk about is the retaliation of Chris Brown. All his legacy is tarnished for like as good as he is. The first thing people bring up Chris Brown is that incident. They call him a woman beater. That's one of the first. Nobody. He's one of the best artists of all time. He's one of the
He is.
best artists. That's the first thing people talk about now. That's why I say you'll
I
never
ain't even
win
gonna lie. That
You'll
nigga is
never.
our Michael Jackson. Like that nigga is like, you feel me? Like for
Yeah,
our
he's up
generation,
there.
like he is. I'm not saying he is Michael Jackson, nigga. I'm saying he's our Michael Jackson. Like what Michael Jackson was to that. You feel me? Everybody love Chris Brown.
I don't think he's gonna be that big. I don't think he's gonna be that everlasting either. To be honest,
Man, what you mean? He
Chris
been
He
Brown
Michael
already
Jackson since he was
has. That
16.
man, Chris Brown, been around for what?
he's not gonna
He
outlive.
was a fucking
20
kid
years.
with us when he started. Like we was like
No, he's
3 or
not.
4.
He's
What
not
we
gonna
like 3 or
outlive.
4 years younger than him?
When he stops, y'all gonna forget all about this man. Y'all gonna play his old
Shit,
shit
I
like y'all
don't know
do on
about
show.
that.
Y'all not gonna play
Man,
him all the
listen.
time like
I
Michael
still
Jackson.
listen
Y'all
to a
not gonna.
song from back in the day called Young Love every now and again. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
You,
about.
you not
Christopher
listening.
Maurice Brown is really like that when it comes to R&B, and I fucks with the R&B.
No. I'm saying his music is not gonna outlive him. As long as he keep putting his music out, you're gonna keep reminiscing and living on. But he's where he can be 10 years
So what
old
you think?
and we still
Like they
playing his
just
shit in
don't make
classic.
legends no
Like
more?
everybody,
Like you don't think like people from our generation gonna like go on to
his
be like
legacy might be
legendary?
James Brown
Well,
legendary.
I get what you're
He
saying with
might be
that.
James Brown
I get what
legendary.
you're saying. I actually agree with Martin on that, but I would say it's not Chris Brown's fault why that would happen.
No,
It's just because our generation like don't really stick with music a lot. So it's like the old generation, they always gonna play that
I
old
don't know
music. They're
because he was
always
still
gonna play.
listen,
They
listen,
don't.
listen. But
after
think about
you
it,
play
they
James
still
Brown
playing R. Kelly after all the shit
because
he
he's still
did
living, he's still
allegedly.
relevant. Do you play James Brown?
My parent will listen to that
Play
stuff.
James Brown.
Listen to it.
No.
But that's what I'm
Anybody. Does
saying.
anybody
Like
still
Chris
play James
Brown,
Brown like frequently?
Hmm.
you
Does
still hear
anybody
Chris
still play
Brown
James
songs
Brown?
when you like go to parties and shit like that. You still hear Chris Brown songs, bro. Like yeah.
Still alive. He's still putting music out. He's still relevant. 10 years after his death, you're not gonna hear him. The old generation, new generation, they like, damn, let me be this young cat, bro. He's gonna be James Brown legendary. That's his level. That's his standard. Nobody's getting to like Michael Jackson where 50 years, 80 years, when you still putting out music and you've been dead for damn half a century. Nobody's getting to that level. Nobody. This cat is James Brown standard. Your story be as big as James Brown was.
I think
Sorry.
it's a few people that can hit that mark. They've been consistent for long enough. Cause
You said James
Beyonce,
Brown wasn't consistent for long enough.
I'm saying like I feel like it's a few people that can hit that mark because the motherfuckers love Beyonce. So when she dies, she's still
Beyonce
gonna be
can
getting
reach
played.
that standard. But then again, she made her music won't click with the younger generation. And the old heads gonna like, damn, we got so many different versions of her. Which one you want to go listen to? She may not
Yeah.
she be like dope status, but she won't be, oh my god, I gotta go listen to '06 Beyonce, bro. Nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's saying that. I gotta go listen to Soldier by Beyonce and Destiny Child.
Heard.
We're not doing that.
I mean, I do
We
because I
just trying
love
to
the
put people
90s
there
and
Michael
early
Jackson. And
2000s
I
hip
don't
hop.
think nobody's doing that.
Yeah, that's a good
Right.
era.
I be dead ass bumping like early 2000s, like
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a
that
good
is in my
era.
playlist.
That
Yeah.
was a good era.
I mean, let's
Missy,
keep it
all
going.
yeah, that was a good era right there.
Right before Soulja Boy and them everybody came in, like that shit was still, and then like it just took a weird ass little turn because it was more focused on dancing and shit, which was cool because we was kids and. But like as far as that shit lasting, I see what you mean. Cause look at Soulja Boy, and that man was on top of the world at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Okay, God.
That shit.
So,
But hey, longevity in anything is hard to obtain.
So
Even
yeah, we
life.
gonna I want to do this
Okay.
the second half of the show. I want to do this freestyle. I like this freestyle we're gonna be doing. Oh, this is Malo's idea. So she sent a couple videos of some like different topics that been talked about recently. I think some about Dr. Umar. Say how you say
Yes,
his name.
sir. And I usually don't even listen to that man. Like I've heard all types of crazy stuff about him, but in that video that I sent you, I can sympathize very well with what he was saying.
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
I'm about to play the clip for us.
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
White people at all costs.
Hey, while we waiting on him to pull that up, can I just ask y'all a question? Because my friends was telling me that I was wrong for something, and I just want some outside sourced opinions.
I can add to it. Go ahead.
Met this girl, she's pretty or whatever. We got along pretty good. We went on a couple dates or whatever, but she has this stutter. And I just can't, I don't feel like I have the patience to be dealing with that long term. Am I fucked up for that?
That's a little bit fucked up. Just a little
Absolutely
bit.
not.
Tiny bit. Because that is because a stutter or like a speech impediment is not something that somebody can help.
I have
Like
I know. And I can't help that I'm black and some girls don't want to talk to me because I'm black, and that's just the way the world works.
Yeah,
No.
That's
No,
different.
I just want to commend you for being like upfront where it's like, yo, I don't have the patience to. You don't have to understand that one person's illness. That ain't your problem. That is their problem. So if you couldn't deal with it, it's you.
I just know myself, and I feel like one day I'll be in a rush and she'll be excited to talk to me about something, and I'm gonna want to hear what it is, but like I gotta get out the door, and I'm gonna be like, look, spit it out, type shit. So I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like I ain't trying to be like that to nobody, and I just, like I said, I just know me, so nah, I'm good. It's okay.
Can I do my random question real quick? And this is
Yeah, go ahead.
So when Milo, Taser, y'all both had boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Milo, I know specifically. Was you texting this nigga at 3 a.m.?
No.
Taser, what about you?
Oh no. I'm married. So
Okay. Would you go to another dude's house multiple times if you were living with your boyfriend?
no.
All right.
Depends on the reason.
And the dynamic of the relationship with the person, because I have a lot of platonic female friends, so like,
Yeah.
I don't believe in
Not
I don't believe in
how they going on.
friends. I don't. I'm not even gonna waste time telling you that. I told you that. The reason I got the number was because I was that to you. You try to add platonic to it, I'm like, yeah, you might as well get lost.
I mean, I just know a lot of females, and I ain't like I'm okay. So like, if I'm in a group of friends and it's like 8 females, I ain't gonna try to sleep with all of them because then it's gonna make shit weird. Like,
No.
I might try to sleep with 4 of them, but the other 4 I ain't even worried about because like
That's horrible.
that's weird.
That's
I'm
funny
just
as hell.
saying, like, but I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, if we out partying together and we drinking, blah blah blah, like.
Yeah, that is
I'm just saying, like, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm upfront 100. Like, it is what it is. Like I said, but for real,
it is what it is.
I wanted him to do this shit again.
You have to know that I have sexual intentions. Like, I don't mind having females around me, but every female that's around me knows that I would flip with you if you told me you wanted to. Will I push on you, pressure you to do it? No.
Oh, see, no, that's different. But I'm talking about actually like trying some shit. Like the other 4, I'ma chill. Like if they decide they want something, you feel me? Like it's negotiable. But
I got one thing.
At a base level, like I want to keep at least 50% of the females in the group at a friend level. So like it ain't no weird energy. Like maybe it is between a couple of them that you done mess with, but like if you mess with everybody, and then it's just like when you go to a party, like you just can't turn around and not see a female that you ain't slept with. Like that shit to me, like it just get a little overwhelming because I used to be that dude, and I just be like, damn, like everywhere I go, like nah, it's okay now. Like I done had my fun, and now I just try to keep it to a minimum.
No, I'm about to play this video about Dr. Umar.
The household, or was it the system that was?
It was
pushing back?
systemic.
All right. So how if we giving them grace for them having to do it without us, but it wasn't our fault, how are we not getting that same grace and that same respect?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because black men, as the leaders of the community, now
we can't be leaders.
Here's the
Women
question
aren't
we gotta make.
accepting that.
Here's the question. Because the argument y'all make feeds into the feminist agenda.
Okay.
It's an argument that says, I don't want the responsibility.
I'm a leader.
I don't want to fix shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fall back and let her run everything. That's what the feminists tell. They say, look at them, making excuses for why they can't be better men, making excuses for why they can't make better men. You understand? Your argument feeds the feminist narrative.
That's not what we're making excuses for.
I'm saying I am the better man, but I shouldn't be held responsible because you wanted to choose a Pookie and a Ray Ray. That's not me. I worked too hard in my
go
life.
Back to what I said. Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't exist. And the only reason why Pookie and Ray Ray exist because we're not in the community making those boys the men they need to be. Do you see that? And she don't get a Pookie if you didn't allow a Pookie.
But she got an Eli. She ain't come to Eli. She went to Pookie. And that's what we're trying to say.
She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
I worked too hard in my life.
She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
But Dr. Umar,
men supposed to make the raise the boys.
Right. We as men is holding other men accountable for the same thing that you talking about right now.
What are we doing for the young brothers in the street? So
what you mean, mentoring them? No, I mean he's a great father.
I ain't talking about that's individual. That's good, but that's individualism. Yeah. What are we doing collectively as men to change the trajectory for black boys in the streets right now? Nothing.
We're being
but talking shit.
Yeah, I mean you could take it.
It's not going to get better unless we put hands on deck. The reason the athletes and the rappers are the role models is the professional black man moved out the hood. Where the dentist at? He ain't in the black community no more. Where the lawyer at? Where the business owner at? Where your city council person at? We abandon black boys and then we blame black men for poor choices in mates that they should not even have to make if we did a better job raising our boys the right way. At the end of the day, if I'm going to call myself a man, the ultimate responsibility for reconstruction of the black community rests with me. Yes, they have a role. Yes, they have responsibility. Leader to say I can't fix this shit unless she changes. That's not the definition of a man.
I don't see. I think we're on two different accords. Like, I don't think we're saying that. What I'm saying is I'm capable of being that leader, that provider. I've worked hard in my life. You get what I'm saying? I should not have to.
You still go back to individualism.
But I only feel like we tell black men that we have to now deal with masculine women with children.
Why is she masculine? Because she's had to raise the kids alone, not one woman, so brother, a whole community.
So you mean to tell me the only woman I can look forward in my life is a masculine woman that has kids by other men?
No,
that's what I have to look forward to.
But I'm telling you, mistakes made by black men systemically gave rise to the conditions that allowed her to be masculine and made her end up with a man that you consider to be less than what he should be. And I'm telling you, black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children. When I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad. I mean you as an active member in the community where we go to every single parent black mother and say, how many sons you got? 2? How many sons you got? 2? Well, guess what? That's your son's big brother. That's your son's big brother. He taking them to school. He doing the homework. He gonna spend a couple hours with him every Saturday. He got his own kids too, but he gonna make time for you. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and have to take care of herself all at the same time. The black woman has been the be all in all in our community for half of a century, and now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous.
Amen.
I got triggered by the last part.
That was deep and a lot to touch on.
It really was.
I was with him until the last part. I was with him until the last part.
I'm sorry, but I was like, he touched on a lot of stuff that it's all a big circle, really, or like a web, I guess you could say.
A fuck boy met a nice girl, heard the bad, now she a fuck bitch, and then he met a nice guy, get same thing to him. It's a cycle, it keeps repeating. You damage somebody, then you go damage somebody else. I understand that part. It's the part where he says, go get into the community. How? No black mom can just let another black man come get her kid.
Right.
You get shot dead doing that. Oh, let me go mentor your son. What you gonna do? Sell him drugs? Teach him how to a ball? Teach him how to rap?
No, but you can with the children that you can get access. Well, ooh, don't want to say that, but
I know
yeah,
where
but
you
like
going with that.
also I think it's a little bit different than I don't think he could have been being literal, but there are also ways around him being literal. That means going to your local boys and girls club, going to your YMCA, going to your community center, like volunteering your time back into the community. So even though you might not be that big brother figure, you're that pseudo father figure that a lot of these kids need.
Yeah, I know a lot of cousins, a lot of a lot of people in your family don't have fathers, so you can be a support a supportive father figure to them. You know what I mean? It's a way to do that.
Not safely. No,
let me
it's
turn this
not.
light
Not
on.
But you can mentor them. You don't have to spend time with them, but you can talk to them on the phone like, hey, bro.
Turn this light on.
All these type of stuff,
You do all that, and all that shit gets erased by the mom talking to him. Mom be grading her son. Mom telling her son he ain't shit. You look like your dad. Your dad was a bum. Oh, not even supporting. Like I've lived through a traumatic mom experience through the system and through blackness. It's not fun. Black women, and I'm going to say most, are better old and just uncompromisable. Definitely ones with kids. They're just uncompromisable. You can't talk to them. So how am I talk to your kids? And your kids even worse. They don't respect nobody.
Right.
That's true.
I know them kind of women too. Yeah, I can't even. I don't even have nothing to say to that because he's 100% right on that one.
I'm gonna go into this community, put myself, my time, my energy. Just add that shit, erase the 10 minutes that you talking. I'm doing good work. I mean, yeah, the kids need straight A's now. I'm taking them out every Saturday, giving them fresh set, teaching them how to dress. It all goes away by high school because you won't let me have access to him. He grows up. Bad dad comes in. You running niggas in and out the house. He saying his mom be strong, all this other shit. I'm just a face to him. Yeah, that sounded real nice, Dr. Umar. We can't put it in practice.
I mean, I will say it will stick with some of them past high school. I was one of those kids. Like,
people don't have to be products of their own environment. Like, kids are a lot smarter than adults let them on to be. So like if a kid in like a rough area or like an inner city kid that doesn't have much opportunity has somebody that comes in, takes them under their wing, even if that kid is going home and their mama or their father or whomever is talking shit to them, saying they worthless, they don't know anything, whatever, like, there's a certain age where that intuition turns on, that, I know right from wrong. So even if this person who was close to me might be saying all this type of stuff, if I have somebody in my corner that's providing for me in some way, shape, or form, that gives them motivation to keep going. You might not see the immediate result, but that doesn't mean that there's no result at all.
Yeah. We all know in our life when we were going through our hardest, like a stranger that had just said something that stuck with us to this day. We all know somebody like that. So if I care about you. I might not know you, but I care about you. He was like, dang, somebody actually care about me. My mom and my dad might not care about me, but this person did. He don't even know me. So I just feel like you have to put in the effort. Even if you just you put in the effort, it will help a child out more than you know. So
one child out of a million. That was the next part of
it. That's a glass half empty sort of ideal, which is okay for you to have. However, that mindset doesn't fix anything. It perpetuates the cycle.
Yeah.
My point was this: if I got this kid outside of this environment and his instinct is on, why would he go back? And I was just talking about the parents and the kids. the parents at home. You take one kid out of the neighborhood and he come back and he's better, he's not going back. One, the people there are going to end him. We see every rapper who goes back to his hood and get back gets shot. No point going back, being back. That's been told. Being young and being like successful, they're going to either try to hurt you, hinder
I
you,
feel like
That part's
I feel like
true.
that argument's a little subjective though, because a rapper, a ball player, somebody like that, like they be seeing you on TV, flashing money, jewelry, and all that shit. But like somebody who left and became like a dentist or a fucking like philanthropist or some shit, like they not gonna fuck with that person. Like
you see the first.
I
The first
also feel
one.
like, not to say that, like, the rappers and like the sports stars and like, I guess more of the more out there standard
Entertainment world.
yeah,
yeah,
like
like
the
shit, this
role
is
models in the
flashy shit.
entertainment
Like
world.
yeah,
Like
Okay,
because
I
it's all
also feel
flashy,
like
so
that
people
in
want that.
itself takes work. Like music is not like,
And
well,
hold on, and also a lot of them that get killed were still involved in gang activity while they were rapping, and they get killed by gang members, and that's something totally fucking different.
yep, you're right. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
don't have to, just because you do trap or you do like a certain sort of rap, don't mean you have to live the lifestyle. I feel like you choose to live the lifestyle, especially once you make a certain amount of money. You don't have to surround yourself with not riffraff, but like, you don't have to be around people that are constantly in dangerous situations. You don't have to be, because you have the money to take yourself out of the community. That
Hey, you got the
that
money to get them out of the community.
yeah.
If you
that's a
wanna be around them that bad, take them with you and get the fuck, like, you feel me? Like you don't
that's a
have to be in
resource.
that type of environment. But I feel like I said, that goes back to the being flashy and still wanting to live that certain lifestyle. But I feel like the point of what Dr. Umar was saying was like to bring them out of that mentality, and that's what, you feel me? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was a hoodlum growing up, and you know what I'm saying. Like I got a few people in the community, mostly my next door neighbor. Like he used to look out for me and tell me all the time, you need to quit fighting, you need to stop cussing like that, you need to, pull your pants up. All this shit they used to tell me all the time. And then by the time I got into my first like real incident where I had to go to court and all that shit, like all that shit really sunk in, and I was like, all right, y'all right. Let me calm down before I be like these other niggas I grew up with, like dead in jail, fucking strung out on drugs, running around here with fucking 7 kids with 6 baby mamas. Like I'm cool on all that now. Like I seen where my life was going, so just having somebody to kind of like talk me up and get me to see my self-worth. Like I became more self-aware. Like yeah, I am actually smart. You know what I'm saying? I am actually this. I am actually that. You know what I mean? Like so. Like yeah. Like I understand what he's saying, but like I just feel like in today's age too, it's harder to do that because like for one, the kids don't want to, like you said, listen to nobody, and then these parents like they let their kids be unruly just to let them be unruly. So
I mean, I do agree. I'm with this last thing, then I have to go, but I do agree with you with that. It's hard to talk to children or parents that kind of instill in their children, like, to be disrespectful, to be rude. It's okay.
you don't gotta listen to nobody but me
Yeah, because
type shit.
you
Like
don't have to kind of raise your children, but it just also kind of go back to, if you really can't raise a decent human being, you might not want to have no more children if you can't raise them to be a decent human being. But you just kind of, because you gotta kind of think about it, like all children are not the same. All children don't come from that household. Some children need somebody that believe in them. So if you have to create like some type of club or activity or something so they can hear that, okay, I care about you. I know you need this. You need to know this about yourself, because a lot of dudes out here, they don't know these things about themselves. They don't think they smart because a lot of people told them they're stupid. Somebody need to tell these things.
or like just in the hood, like being smart was not glorified at all.
Oh yeah,
You either
no,
had to
that
be
got you
athletic or
bullied.
tough. You had to be
Yeah,
athletic or
like
tough, bro. Like that was
being
it. Like
smart, like getting good grades. Oh man, that was what got me bullied. Which,
Yeah.
like, I remember when it was at its worst, I was like, damn, why? I remember thinking to myself, damn, why am I so smart? But then now as an adult, I'm just like, why would I ask myself that? But it was because of my environment. Being smart was not cool. It wasn't popular. So the kids right now that are in that situation being like, oh my God, like I'm getting bullied. People don't like me just because they're intellectual.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I
See,
think
but now I think some of the younger kids have figured out code switching a lot
yeah.
faster than we have, so they know how to turn off their ghetto when they need to, or like they coolness or whatever it is that make them, you know what I'm saying, they savageness or whatever it is. Because I know some kids like that. Like you see them like not around the other kids, and you see they have manners. You know what I'm saying? They are pretty. They can hold an actual intelligent conversation, but you see them get with them other kids, and it's just like they just another one of them badass little kids on the block. Like, so I feel like that is kind of evening itself out in a way. I hate that it has to be like that. Like, why they can't just all learn from each other, but at least they finding a way to cope.
Because I think in our community we kind of like I think a lot of parents prioritize being athletic and being playing sports than intellect
And being fashionable and all this other shit. Yep.
Yeah.
You
scholarship, you can go to college this way, and then don't really prioritize their reading or writing, and then when they get in college they be lost. Like, I don't know what this stuff is, because I don't think I've been like really trained to do is work my body and be best at that. So we gotta stop trying to do that, and try to teach them like, okay, just you can be athletic, but you also gotta know you have to be smart too.
Have some kind of
You don't have to be athletic. Honestly, as black people, stop putting our kids in sports, stop putting them in plays and music. We have natural rhythm, and yet our generation lost its ability to do it. Like,
well, that's partly just because the arts have been stripped out of the freaking school system.
Yeah, that is true. Like, the budget has really dropped for the arts, and
Yeah, like
it's the rap game now.
There's no more home ec. There's no more orchestra, band, freaking crafts, freaking wood shop, whatever the hell else. Like, there is only. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. There are those options in affluent communities. Let me start with there, because as soon as I go 30, 40 miles north of Atlanta City Center, you see all types of crazy like extracurriculars that students can do and have access to.
All they do.
I agree. There's one more video, and
but before Dre bring that before T bring that other video, I'm gonna just go ahead and head on out. I really do appreciate talking to y'all, and we had a great conversation.
All right, it was nice to meet
you. Okay, enjoy your night. See you later.
Enjoy your night. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right.
We voting as black people, and we voting with our men. Do you know how powerful that would be?
Right.
If black men and black women stop the dumb shit on social media and say we're going to fight because we got a common enemy, white supremacy, and we're going to put our votes behind a candidate who offers to do the most for us, that would be revolutionary.
Definitely. So speaking of that, I've seen a video of yours where you said that feminism has conditioned black women to view black men as the enemy.
It has. Feminism was financed by the CIA. Gloria, what was her name? Gloria Steinem, I think she was.
Right, yeah.
Mother of modern feminism, because traditional feminism goes back to the 1800s, right? With Susan B. Anthony and those white supremacists. But Gloria Steinem, CIA agent, they financed her. Her first feminist magazine they paid for. The CIA brought feminism into the white household to get the woman out the house, and into the black household to turn the black woman against the black man. To scapegoat us for problems caused for her by white supremacy.
So, obviously, a big thing, obviously, we spoke about the gender wars, earlier. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation nowadays about, the value of what a woman brings and the value of what a man brings in a relationship. And now there's a lot more rhetoric from our women that we hear is, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, right?
That's pain speaking, though.
Right.
Because most black women know they will never get a man. A black woman can have sex whenever she wants.
Right.
Because she's beautiful. She can have a bed mate, but to have a soul mate, she may never get. I have 2 daughters, 11 and 20, right? My oldest will be 21 this week. Statistically, right? There's a strong chance my daughter could be one of those. I hope she's not. She could be one of those who never get a husband because only 1 out of 4 gets a husband. You see that? So when a black woman says, I don't need a man, that is a reaction to the reality that I may not get a man.
So why not preach? Because I understood, you're obviously against interracial relations when it comes to black men with black women. With white women.
With all women. You should only be with the black woman.
And you will say, well, if you can't find a good woman in America, there's
somewhere else.
In Africa.
Absolutely.
Why not teach that same rhetoric to our women? Like, if you feel
I tell sisters all the time, go to Africa. So I know sisters who marry. I just spoke with a sister. She invited me to the wedding. She just married a brother from the continent.
So, but instead of saying they will never get married,
I'll take sisters to Africa who married brothers they met in Africa.
Right.
So yeah,
I think I think there's obviously plenty of black men,
yes,
black women. So
and what I also tell black women, if
married,
you're going to go get you an African man from the continent,
right,
you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it tolerated? It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one. So, of course, you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not. They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males. What we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking. What we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us. She got a right to be angry with us. We have not been on our job as black men. If the men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. But guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father? You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she's been raising 2/3 of the kids by herself for 50 years? And the minute she raised her voice, we say she's not humble enough. She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation, the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see how we created that?
I understand that, but she needs to be
we was
more
loving
selective.
our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history.
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask her that.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection. Because black or white.
So what everybody thoughts on that?
Well, I just like the way that he presents his information. I think that it's all, like I said, it's all a circle. Like, he doesn't leave any stones untouched. Everything comes to a conclusion with what he's saying. So that's why I wanted to show it to you guys, because I do feel like it's so, like, yeah, with 2/3 of our kids being raised by women, like mothers specifically, And black fathers exist. Single black fathers exist 100%. So let's not even take them out of the equation as well. But with 2/3 of our kids only being raised by a majority women or in a single parent household, and to hear like the way that black women get ridiculed for it, and then like the way that like people talk about them in the results that come out in children, in their traumas, in their performance, how like, you know, whatever, I it makes me kind of feel a certain sort of way, because it's just like, how do you have a single parent, somebody leaves, like regardless of the situation, if it's leaves or dies or, you know, whatever, somebody has to stop dealing with another parent and chooses to sacrifice the child's well-being in the process, however that may come about. No idea how that those, you know, those little details are per situation, but point is, if 2/3 of our kids are being raised by single women, that as somebody who wants to be a parent, that's very scary. Because like I have to think like down the couple of generations, because if I want to have kids, eventually my children are going to want to have children. So if 2/3 of the kids are being raised by single parent households, and not to say that those are bad, because I know lots of single mothers that do wonderfully with their given situations, but I coming from a 2-parent household agree that a child is often more well-rounded and more emotionally contempt and whole if they have both of their parents in their lives in some way, shape, or form. That's how I feel about that. So,
and that's why I was going back to saying earlier when I was like, we need each other. Like, and I don't understand why because I know a lot of people who want to get rid of the other parent in the relationship. Like, I know women who like keep their kid from the father and vice versa. It's just like, and I understand a toxic parent, but like an absent parent and a toxic parent ain't really too far off. The toxic parent could be a lot worse,
oh,
but
I
still
completely agree.
the absence fucks them up still. So it's just like there should be some type of interaction in either way. But like he said, with it being like that, a lot of that shit like was shit that we can't control, like the fucking mass incarceration of black men, like that was some shit that we couldn't fucking control. Goddamn. And then like I also feel like, but the way he was saying about the pookies and shit like that, like, okay, yes, we grew up in the environment. We've all grown up in or seen something or another where, like, you know, there's certain types of guys that the girls go for. So I know, because I know a lot of girls will be like, straight up, I like hood niggas. I like niggas that sell drugs, ride around with a gun and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why? Like, what are you going to get from that? Like, that's not a promising future for you or him, honestly, especially not him. And that's how we got in this cycle. They didn't want the smart kids like me. They didn't want the kid that was only playing basketball and he got okay grades and he wasn't out here in the streets fucking around and doing whatever. Like, they wanted the gangbangers and shit like that. So how the fuck, like, what was we supposed to do? You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
true.
get selected type shit. And then as far as the older men in our community giving back, I've seen like you said, like bro was saying, like I've been in programs where like had me and all these other little boys, you feel me? Like I feel like I made it out all right, you know what I'm saying? I got some shit going on, but I ain't locked up right now, and I'm not dead type shit. But like I know a lot of them did. You know what I'm saying? I came up with going to programs and shit like that are locked up or dead right now because they chose to keep running back to that mentality. So like within, I just feel like it's all about individuality and how you think and how you process like information and what you see in the world and how you view it. So me personally, I don't want no hood rat. So like I'm cool on all that. So that's why I don't want to. I don't even know, like, because that was just like a real touchy situation, just because of where I grew up at. You feel me? Because like I seen a lot of the shit that they were talking about. I seen it, like killing each other, all that shit. So it's just like I
Yeah,
just seen it all in person. So
mothers
it's
had to
just
put a
not.
lot on their shoulders in the last 50 years. Like, definitely, I think a lot of things are on men. Like, as far as like not being in the households and things like that.
Yeah. Which
But
I can attest to that fact with my grandfather. He left my grandmother and she raised all four of the kids by herself. Which my grandmother ain't as soft as she once was, but like 'cause she also had to raise some of us. So I mean, I can see why that would make them more, you feel me, masculine. But like at the same time, like it is just what it, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Circumstances create themselves. It's not like we wake up and be like, I'm gonna ruin my fucking life today, or shit like that. Oh, I'm gonna go out here today and I'm gonna do something to get arrested, or I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna just be minding my business and get hit by a stray bullet. So now my woman is, you know what I'm saying, single and raising children. Like it's a lot of different circumstances to even try to point this at a single person or group, well, a single group of people. And I honestly don't think black men had as much to do with it as he was even saying. Yeah, the trauma from relationships and shit, but that's within every race. So, but that's all I got to say.
with me, it come down to I definitely not. I think he was correct with a lot of things he said, but one thing I think they get missed a lot. Like I bet the bone like the traditional like process of like having a family. Like I believe in getting married first or having children. Like I don't care for like really having children before getting married because that's when you are having situations like a lot of situations like what we have today where people have kids with each other. They have no business having kids with each other. No business that has no
even being with it. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I do, I do put on women. Of course, like when you make a kid, it's like both sides are involved in it. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to, the one thing is 100% women's choice is whether you have that baby or not. Is whether or
Yeah.
not that is 100% the woman's choice.
Well, I
That
will
is 100%.
say, especially nowadays, abortion is harder to come by. It's getting more expensive.
Only
It's
in
getting more
certain
restrictive.
places.
Here in Georgia, specifically, I believe the heartbeat bill is in effect now, and that stops any abortion after 6 weeks.
Right.
So in
I'm
a
just
situation like right here, abortion isn't really an option, and so unless you jump states or you do whatever or you handle it how you handle it, but like in those cases, lower socially economic women, like most of like a good chunk of black women nowadays are like they don't have the money to get to like hop a state, get a procedure.
Well, if
They
you
have
fucking
to.
with a drug dealer, I feel like he should give you the money. But
Oh yeah,
that
you're
be
right.
my
That's
point
fair.
with the
Yeah,
that
yeah.
be my point with the shit. They be fucking with these scammers and all this other shit, and you get pregnant by him, and you thinking, okay, I'm in love. He gonna take care of me and this baby, and then he leave your ass, and now you mad at every nigga in the world, and that's so
That's fair.
crazy to me.
That's fair. Yeah, like you could have read the room. I get it.
yeah.
Like,
I'm just talking about
yeah,
more
you
like
have
the
to
It's a
history,
lot
like
of
be
that going on, and
conscious.
that's
50
Yeah, you got to
years.
be conscious with who you bed with, and even if you don't mean to get pregnant, that doesn't stop pregnancy all the time. So I
yeah.
completely understand that. You just
Like you need to be
you can't
like
be
that with when
feral.
you
Look,
work, with who you with who you hang out with, friend wise, with who you sleep with. Like you need to be aware of all that shit.
Yeah, I just we just so reckless today, man. It's like we have so many resources to keep pregnancy from happening. It just like blows my mind, like how it still like happens, like on such a high rate. It still like there's so many steps to stop from being pregnant. There is so many. It just all get skipped. It just all like I don't understand
I'm
it. I
telling
don't
you.
under,
but also you have to keep in mind, like, uh, with as well with like the whole like Roe v. Wade being overturned and shit. States like Texas and stuff that already have like not only like a restrictive abortion rights, but they also don't have like halfway decent education system, and like when it comes to sex ed, like teenage pregnancies and that kind of stuff like are gonna shoot up if they haven't already started, because they're the whole Christian, ooh, sex is between the married people, until you're married we don't got to tell you what happens, and then boom, 12, 13, 14, 15 year old ends up with a baby.
that's fair.
And that right there is what's crazy because actually sex ed is what stopped me from doing a lot of dumb shit growing up because I remember that shit.
Yeah, it's been a good show. It's been a good show. I'm about to end it in a few minutes. I ain't want to run over too long tonight.
Oh yeah, you good, my
So
boy. I
yeah, I
appreciate
appreciate
you for
everybody.
having me. It was
Yeah,
nice to meet everybody.
Yeah,
all
it was
right.
nice to meet
So I don't know what topic I'm gonna do next episode. So anybody got
I was about to say
suggestions?
I got some suggestions wrote down at the house that I was gonna talk to you about anyway. So when I get back there, I'll text them to you,
All
my
right,
boy.
bet that'll work. That'll work. I
I
appreciate
like the
everybody.
freestyle thing, like where we could take stuff that's
Yes,
happened recently and talk
Yeah,
about it. Yeah, that's cool.
yes.
I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start just doing like one topic the first half and the second half just do like a freestyle / smoke type style show. And I
Yeah.
think that'd be a good idea to do. So
Well, shit. Let me know when you on to the next one, cause anytime you need me, as long as my schedule is clear, I'm in there.
all right, bet. Say less. Say less. I
I'm
appreciate everybody for
good.
coming on.
All right, my boy. Till
All right.
next time.
All right. And we are out.
Yeah. Alrighty.